Hi everyone.
Hello,
Hello, good evening, good morning.
good
So
morning.
I think we have another seems we have another time open. Oh, Tanya, can you hear me clearly? Oh, it's great. Sorry. Hi everyone. Thanks for joining our today's webinar. And I'm Joy, HeyGen Customer Success Team. Sorry, we just have an okay. I just closed that tab. Um, and today we are really glad to invite Sarah and Tanya join us. Sarah is a training manager, and Tanya is an instructional design specialist from Komatsu Global Learning and Development Team. So I will firstly give Sarah and Tanya some time to give a self introduction and share their roles and responsibilities.
Okay, perfect. Thank you, Joy, for introducing us. So indeed, Tanya and myself, we work for Komatsu. And for those who don't know what Komatsu is, we are globally one of the largest manufacturers of construction, mining, utility, and forestry equipment. So, for example, excavators, wheel loaders, or bulldozers are part of our product lineup. And Komatsu itself is a Japanese multinational corporation and has their headquarters in Japan. And they then have subsidiaries all over the world. So me and Tanya, we are actually part of Komatsu Europe, which is the European subsidiary of Komatsu. We are based in Belgium, so we are not in the US currently. We are in Belgium. It's 6 o'clock in the evening. And we, from Komatsu Europe, we are basically responsible for the import, the sales, and the delivery of our machines towards our end customers through our distributor network. Our distributor network obviously also needs to be trained. So within our distributors, you have salespeople, technical people, management, and they need to be trained on product knowledge, how to work with our systems, how to service our machines, or on our Komatsu operations. And it is then the training team's responsibility to ensure that those employees of our distributors are trained to the correct level. So yeah, like Joy already said, I am Sarah Munsters. I'm the training manager, so basically the team leader of the training team. And with our team, we deliver on-site classes, but we also have a wide variety of online courses through an online training academy. And with me, I have Tanya, who will introduce herself and give a little bit more background on her role in the training academy.
Thanks,
Uh,
Sarah.
s- Hello, I'm Tanya, and I'm instructional design specialist at Komatsu Europe, and I'm responsible for creating materials for our online courses and managing HeyGen. I develop guidelines and serve as the super admin for other developers from various Komatsu entities globally.
Yes, thanks, Tanya. I think we have been worked together for around 1 year, and since Komatsu starting using HeyGen, and also for today's webinar, I'm just very excited to have this kind of opportunity to learn from both of you because I have a background in education technology and instructional design, and for my day-to-day work, we just help lots of L&D team to see how we're using AI to empower their daily workflow. And today, I think you will share your best practices, like using AI and using HeyGen. So firstly, I think Sarah already gave us an overview about Komatsu, the company. This is very famous, and this we are just very glad to let you share this kind of story. And I'm just curious, like before adopting AI, like could you share a little bit about how your traditional workflow and training content creation workflow looked like at that time?
Yeah, of course. So I think same as a lot of other companies or business training centers, we had a rather old school approach in developing training content. So what we used to do was either convert existing PowerPoint material slides to a linear online course. So it was literally a slide with a computer voiceover where people then had to click through in order to follow the material. What we also tried to do back in the days is work together with external multimedia companies to really make high-end training videos. But there, obviously, it's very time-consuming. It costs a lot of money, and also it's very difficult to adjust the content afterwards. So both approaches had their success to limited extent, but also obviously their challenges. The PowerPoint material could easily be converted in-house, so we could rapidly create online courses, but the feedback which we got from our learners was very negative afterwards, especially the computer voiceover or the interaction. It was very boring, very static. So basically the learner was not learning because they got distracted by the quality of the material. And like I said, the instructional videos with the multimedia companies, they were really appreciated, but they were too costly for Komatsu Europe to bear. So in the past years, we then also tried to find a solution in the middle by using our own product experts or our trainers in front of the camera so that we in-house filmed them. But there we saw another challenge, that they are not always born to be in front of the camera. They hesitate. They because of the languages which we speak in Europe, they're not always that fluent in English, or they have a strong accent. So also that had their challenges. And then we were at a point that, okay, we need to find a solution, or see if other technology can help us with the video creation.
Oh, thanks, Sarah. I think you mentioned this kind of pinpoint is also we heard very often from our other customer. Like you mentioned, it's kind of time consuming, and also lots of like team effort. And you also mentioned like if you trying to shooting that video footage, that training course is takes. You need to find the the good actor to
Yeah.
doing, and also you mentioned I like the word is multimedia training solution, probably just to combine with this kind of video and audio, and also like this kind of engaging A roll plus B roll to create this kind of training courses. So how you first like learned about HeyGen, like find out HeyGen can be a solution, potential solution.
Yeah. So back then, so I think it's now, yeah, a year and a half ago, that we realized with the team, so okay, we have to find a solution. We had to rethink our approach when we developed training videos. So what we basically did is separately, obviously, we went to search for solutions to make it more efficient. And I believe in then October 2023, actually a Belgian influencer became really famous on his research on AI. It's also the time that was a few months after ChatGPT got introduced, and AI was really a buzzword. And that Belgian influencer, what he then suddenly created was a video. He posted it on Instagram. He didn't immediately say which software he used, but in the video he switched immediately from one language to another. So when I saw the video, I realized, okay, we need to use, or we need something similar. And then it became clear it was HeyGen. And I brought the idea to Tanja, who was at the same time also already checking if HeyGen could be a possible software solution for us or other software tools. So Tanja then investigated further the capabilities of HeyGen and what we could do with HeyGen. Then we started a trial with HeyGen. We actually created an instant avatar based on myself, where I
Okay.
gave a sales, yeah, it was really funny, a sales training in Japanese, just
Mhm.
to see how it works. And that sales training video we shared then with the colleagues of the global
Yeah.
training collaboration in Japan. And when we showed that afterwards, all of the training centers approached us. How did you do this? Can we work together? Because this will really benefit a lot of the challenges which we had. Because obviously also the other training centers globally had issues with content development, efficiency, but also collaboration on tools. It was not really existing at that moment. So there was opportunity for global collaboration, and also the languages. So we are in a global operation, especially for Europe. We already need to translate it a lot, but also for the other training centers, we all of us saw possibilities with using HeyGen, and that's how actually everything started.
Thanks for sharing. I think this is an amazing start, and also we do appreciate like you bring HeyGen solution to the to Komatsu and for this large like enterprise, because you mentioned like we have the capacities to translate the videos into different languages, and I know we also have very high quality studio avatars. And today, I think this is we can just show that video you share with me. That is an amazing example. And I think after we show that video, we can discuss more like how we create this type of training content. So
Yeah, of
I would
course.
just share that video, and our audience can get a sense what is the training content you currently create with HeyGen.
Perfect.
In today's fast-moving industry, staying updated is key to your success. That's why we're excited to invite you to dive into Komatsu Learning Management System, your one-stop platform for everything Komatsu. LMS には360度バーチャルツアー、多様なオンラインモジュール、新機種導入に関するトレーニング教材など最先端のツールが揃っています。
Aber wir stehen erst am Anfang. Als Ihre virtuellen Komatsu-Trainer freuen wir uns darauf, das Gesicht der zukünftigen Inhalte auf dieser Plattform zu sein. Sie werden sehen, wie wir Sie durch die Schulungsvideos führen und Unterstützung in mehreren Sprachen anbieten, um den Bedürfnissen unserer weltweiten Organisation gerecht te werden. Of je nu leert over de nieuwste machines of geavanceerde systemen, wij zullen er samen met jou voor zorgen dat de inhoud duidelijk, boeiend en toegankelijk is.
Exactement. Le futur de la formation chez Komatsu est désormais plus connecté et plus personnalisé que jamais. Alors, n'attendez plus et connectez-vous dès maintenant.
It's a really amazing example, and also I just share this video internally with our HeyGen colleague. So I'm not sure if our audience can realize that is two like studio avatars, a male avatar and a female avatar wearing the Komatsu T-shirt with the brand logo. And so first my question is, this is one type of videos you create. So what kind of content, training content you create today with HeyGen, and what is the target audience in Komatsu?
Yeah, so let me answer this question. The target audience is both internal and external. So it's the training and also materials for salesmen to support the training. It's for distributors and it's also for the employees. In regard to the content that is being created, I will start with the content that we think is suitable, and then I will mention the content that we are not transforming into the AI videos. So the suitable content, these are general explainer videos, which can be used to explain the concepts, the products or services in a clear and engaging manner, as well as product training videos that are ideal to train employees or customers about how to use some products or about the softwares. Then marketing videos are perfect for this kind of purpose, and they can be translated in multiple languages as well. To reach the broader audience, which is perfectly can be done with HeyGen, of course. Then we make short tutorial videos where you can visually explain the items, procedures, or show some information. Also, the translation of new training content is very much suitable because the AI avatars can act as trainers on the screen. On the other hand, the content that we are not transforming into AI videos, the webinars or expert testimonials, because we still want the experts to be the faces of the product, and we would like to keep it like this. Also, we do not create the avatars based on internal employees. But for the rest, the first part of the video content is perfectly suitable.
Yeah, thanks, Tanya. I think you mentioned lots of great points. like what kind of format you think AI could be helpful, and what kind of format probably you think like we just keep that original content, like webinar you said, or this kind of expert, they want to just to show their knowledge. And I know because the video you share with us is like just you create two brand studio avatars, and also I think I'm involving to support your team to create that two studio avatars. And do you have any like tips or tricks you want to share for that avatar creation process? Because I know today like at HeyGen, customer also can create their private customer avatars, but you do have very high quality studio avatars. So we want to see if you have some ideas, like tips or tricks you want to share with us for that avatar creation.
Yes. So let me start with Sarah's story when she said that we have created an avatar, instant avatar from her. Yes, we had this experience, but then we decided, because of all the legal restriction, we decided to not work with instant avatars actually, and especially not to create them from. I will tell you how we came to the idea of having these studio avatars, and not to have the own employees instant avatars available in the HeyGen. So instant avatars are the avatars with attached background and that you can easily make in 2 minutes with your phone. And we are not doing it because of legal concerns. Legal concerns are the following. So, for example, what if the person will leave the company? What if they will change the position? I'm not speaking about the fact that our legal, for example, is obliging us to take the written consent of every person that the avatars can be created. So it is a little bit long story, but long story short, it led us to a logical conclusion to create our own studio avatars based on real actors. And then we organized a shooting. To create studio avatars, you first need to have this like a professional footage, the video footage. And you can find a lot of very useful tips actually on the HeyGen website as well, which I read very carefully before we went into the shooting. Like, for example, you shouldn't be wearing accessories, or your hairs needs to be neat, etc., etc. But there is one advice that I would like to share. Is, for example, when a real person is speaking, all of us, we have something special. Like, for example, one person would be like looking aside, or another person will be like raising shoulders or moving with hands or whatsoever. But I advise very much to avoid this kind of movements while shooting video for the studio avatar, and to make the footage as generic as possible. Because what AI does, it can take this like a special movement, which is like in real humans connected to emotion. But in case of avatar, it can come in a very unappropriated timing or the moment, and then it will be like kind of wrong. So this one I very much adjust to avoid. Also, like the hand posture. I don't know, like especially a few months ago, studio avatars, they all had like a droid. They all had like this kind of posture of hands, and it is important that your avatar's starting pose is kind of correct. So, I have quite a big set of these like practical tips that I can share, and I can speak about it for hours. But yeah, in big lines, to make it as generic as possible. What we had is that, as I said, the starting pose was, for example, for our avatars, maybe not ideal, and the lighting was not ideal, but the guys from HeyGen could fix it. I'm very happy about it. So this is a little bit the story of our studio avatar creation, and now our avatars are complying and in accordance with the brand book, And also we have the consistency, so people do know, the employees do know, okay, yes, this is our Komatsu avatars, and it will be the training. Yeah, speaking of another, maybe like difficulties or some issues that we had to face, it took a little bit of time to master all the voices, because sometimes one accent works with one voice and another one with the other, but for the rest, everything went quite smooth, and it was quite a journey.
Yeah, thanks, Tanya. I think I do remember when we first created that avatar, the skin tone is a little bit dark, and
Yeah.
we do some adjustment for the footage, and now it seems very realistic and natural. And also, I think this tips is very like useful. Is when we shooting the avatar, we recommend the actor always have some generic gestures, and
Mhm.
for example, during your 2 minutes video footage, you can have 4 to 5 generic gestures during that 2 minutes clips. And then after that, when your avatar be create, it will be also like have the generic gestures to matching your script. And the avatar we showed from the video that we call it studio avatar on HeyGen platform, and it's the use case is usually for this kind of like training professional L&D, because usually you can also place your avatar on top of a slice, and you can also easily change the background. And Tanya, I'm also curious about like when you have now you have your avatar, and also I feel this is sort of the pinpoint, like we do not need to hire the actors to shooting the videos each time when you create a new content. And what is the current workflow look like when you create a HeyGen video?
Yeah. So the big part of the workflow is actually to transform the materials that we are receiving from the product specialists, because Sarah already mentioned actually that we started from this like linear kind of old-fashioned PowerPoint with voiceover, right? And I have to say that, okay, yes, this is maybe was not the ideal and the perfect, but the materials that we're receiving from product specialists, they are very technical and very informative and very good, so they already have a lot of valuable information. So the workflow is, in the first instance, is to transform this material, to have a look or what kind of information from these materials can go, for example, into the avatar speech, and what kind of information can go into the screen text. So
Mhm.
Hayden allows to create this like a perfect balance. Also, yes, I haven't mentioned yet that we have created templates, video templates, and together with Komatsu avatars and with the brand kit that we have on HeyGen platform, it also delivers consistency, and everything is correct in accordance to the brand book. And then within this template, we're trying to place the information that we receive from product specialists, to make it as balanced as possible. Also, I have to say that sometimes, for example, we don't have. I mean, not that we don't have, but we would like to experiment as well, and with the script creation. And I very much like this function to create a script from URL, for example. That, I mean, if having a website, for example, is a great feature. It creates like in seconds. Of course, artificial intelligence is not flawless, and it requires the human interaction and check afterwards, but it's already a great start. The second part of the workflow is the translation process. because I already mentioned we're like a multilingual company,
Yes.
and translation process and languages is very important, and sometimes we have to take into account this multilingual approach and existence of many languages, and the fact that they will be translated before start of the development of the material. So let's say if I need to create material in 5 languages, and I would have like 5 documents available in these languages, I will use them as base to reduce workflow a little bit as well. So this is actually a big part of our workflow, currently.
Yes, thanks, Tanya. I think you mentioned some core feature. I also think that is very useful for this kind of like enterprise customer create your training content in the same tone. You mentioned that like brand kit, like you want to keep your brand policy and design policy, and you can just create your own brand library. And you also mentioned another feature. I think we also can give them update from our side is this kind of URL to video. Or now we just want to like customer we are trying to design is a feature is you can directly upload your PDF like URL link. If you already have that text-based content, how we can just help you using AI to easily convert that text-based content to an engaging video format, and you can just using your avatar and upload your stock footage, stock image, and to generate that entire video. That is another feature we are also actively building that. And yeah, this is really helpful. I also see some comments from our community because some of our audience they are also from L&D background, so I do hope this kind of your hands-on experience can give them some insight. And also, my next question is related to the training outcome, because I know as an instructional designer and training manager, when we design this kind of learning process, we probably also need to think about how we measure this kind of result for the training purpose. So I'm curious about compare with the previous like your training format, and now we are using this kind of AI video. Is there some differences between previous and now the AI solution?
Yes, of course. The current process is much more efficient in terms of time and budget, because we don't need to, for example, film the actors, etc. And having the avatars and branding and corporate HeyGen video templates helps to achieve professional result for sure, and maintain consistency in the training approach, which I already mentioned. Also, the number of created videos drastically increased, while the budget that was spent on them decreased, of course. And the quality has also improved. We went from simple instructional videos to more professional videos with a very professional, realistic voiceover, which is available in many languages. And we have a balanced mix of visual and text in our videos. And availability in languages. I'm not tired to repeat it. It's a great advantage.
I can also add to the question. We also see a significant increase in the number of learners who have completed videos. So especially with the boring standard PowerPoint with voiceover, we saw that they, in average, they stopped after 10 minutes and they didn't complete a full video. While with the videos which were developed using HeyGen, we see that roughly 80-90% they complete a whole video. So it's we definitely see an increase there. We also see an increase in the results, the quizzes they take, the content which they generate, and the learning effects is a little bit better with using HeyGen now.
Wow, we were very happy to hear that, because it sounds like from the production process, we say you can save the time from your team side, and also for the learner side, like they can consume the content much more efficiently. Yeah, and also I know because Tanya, you are like the super admin in the Komatsu global account, and now I think we have around 25 seats in your entire space. So now you are trying to manage the account, and you have the team members across different teams and countries using HeyGen in their daily work. So do you have any like best practices you want to share as a admin of a group account, and how you manage your like Komatsu account today?
Okay, maybe then I need to tell like a little bit of a story how it all started a little bit, because it was also important to kind of develop this system. What we have now is the very start of the whole story. So as was already mentioned, first of all we had to check HeyGen and all the features by our legal and IT departments, and based on that, by the way, yes, I also have to mention that we are obliged to add like to every video that this is being created using AI tools. So we are very strict legal wise in regard to AI regulations. And after that, we started to create kind of the guidelines, which included all the do's and don'ts and how to organize the materials and just the sharing and all the regulation around that. And that was happening like within our department, and but at the same time there was a global Komatsu workshop around AI tools that was organized in Japan, so on a global level as well. And we went to Japan, and we spoke as well with all other developers from different entities. We spoke about HeyGen as well, and Sarah briefed everybody and explained, gave a workshop about all the legal aspects. I trained everybody in regard to the templates and the brand kit, and as well in regard to the avatars, that, for example, they are not allowed to use instant avatars due to the reason that I already mentioned. So we kind of had like this workshop and established fully all this global at this moment rules. But of course, after we came back, and all the developers went back to their countries. We still have contact, and if we have other people joining the space, they also receive this kind of trainings. But we are not stopping within. We also, and I'm very happy about it, we are sharing the knowledge. And we also create the materials together with our other departments. Like, for example, our Japanese colleagues who have a lot of knowledge about some machines, filmed using and made the videos using like a classic video formatting tool. And then we spoke, how we will transform this kind of video into HeyGen format. Why? Because then everybody will be able within the platform kind of translate it to other languages, and that this format, this template that we will put on HeyGen platform will be accessible for everybody, and that you will be able to actually translate. Meaning that the screen text should be also in translatable format, and the avatar speech as well. So this is
Yeah.
the procedure is kind of a circle, and we
Yes.
try to learn from each other, which is kind of cool.
Thanks, Sarah and Tanya. I think you are like the champion of Komatsu to advocate HeyGen solution to across the global team. And I also understand there is takes a little bit long time for that data and security clearance, but you just insisted on like bring HeyGen solution to your team. We do appreciate that, and also I think previously our discussion is focusing on L&D because you are from this space. And I also you mentioned like we also find some marketing use case. So I know Sarah also shared with me 2 videos. I think that is another amazing example. And also I want Sarah can probably share more story about that. Do you want me to show that video first and you can share the story?
Maybe I just quickly brief how we came up to it. So indeed, the marketing team was very amazed by some of the videos which we developed, and they saw potential with one of the social media videos which they post on YouTube. So every 3 years we have a large fair in France, in Paris, and during the fair they post live videos of top of our general managers to welcome the people. And actually the example which you will show is our COO, who is a native German person. He welcomes the people in English, and then afterwards, but here you will see it, with HeyGen we could also in other languages let him welcome the people. But Joy,
Okay.
show the example, then people can see.
That's great. Let me share my screen. I think. Can you see my screen, Sarah?
Yes, I can see it. And I see this is indeed the English, the original version.
Ladies and gentlemen, dear guests, I have the honor to invite all of you to our booth at Intermat 2024. After 6 years, we are very happy to be back in Paris together with you as we unveil the future of construction technology. At Komatsu,
Okay, perfect. Maybe Joy, if you stop here. Okay, so people can already have listened or seen. So this is his original voice. This is our CEO, Mr. Görner, speaking himself, so in English, but you can hear a little bit his accent of his native language. So this is the original video, and then now we show the result in French, because obviously in Paris we also wanted to welcome the French audience in their hometown language.
Mesdames et messieurs, chers invités, j'ai l'honneur de vous inviter à visiter notre stand lors du salon Intermat qui se tiendra à Paris. Après 6 ans, nous sommes ravis d'être de retour à Paris avec vous pour dévoiler l'avenir de la technologie de la construction. Chez Komatsu, nous sommes fiers de transformer l'industrie par l'innovation et cette année ne fait pas exception. En regardant vers l'avenir,
Perfect. So you can see, as somebody who doesn't know which technology was used would not even realize that there's actually technology behind it. He cannot speak French. If he would be here live, we could test him. He doesn't speak a word of French, but thanks to the technology, the full video was translated, and it makes a better connection. So for the marketing team, this was a very good tool to make that connection with the French people in France, thanks to social media and HeyGen. So the marketing team has used it. Yeah.
Oh, Sarah. Yes.
I see there is a question. The lip sync movements too. Yes. So the HeyGen creates the clone, right? The clone of the voice, and the AI collects data of facial movement, and that's what the video translate does. This is really cool.
Yeah, I think this is an amazing example. Especially, I think Sarah bring a very great point. Like people sound, if they like listen and hear their native language, this like can make the connection much more close to the other audience. And
Yeah.
also, I think that is always very great lip sync. Yeah, and also I think my last question is if we want you if you can like describe HeyGen in 1 or 2 sentences, what is that? And we just because today we also have some new audience, which is just like starting using HeyGen or testing HeyGen. So if we let you using 1 or 2 sentences to describe HeyGen, what is that sentence? Yeah.
Do you want to say something, Tanja, or should I try to put it into a sentence?
Mine is very short. I think the HeyGen's AI features and platform have helped Komatsu establish this like a smooth process of video and translation creation, I would say. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, and I think for me, HeyGen is a possible solution for global collaboration, especially if you work in a multi-language setting.
Yeah, I think this is a really great like description, and also we want to leave maybe 5 minutes to our community because they are very engaging from our HeyGen Hub and community, and lots of customers they also from L&D space. They want to ask some questions to our guest speaker. So and thanks, Alison, my colleague, helped me to gather some questions. So firstly, we have one question is related to the workflow, to the training content creation. They see you have created lots of this kind of presentation slides and also the entire video. They want to know, are you only using HeyGen to create this video, or are you using other tools to create and generate this video content?
Yes, we do use other programs and softwares as well, and yeah, it would be nice, of course, if it would be all possible with one platform. But yes, at this point, we also using the Storyline and yeah, many others, and the quiz. We need to check the knowledge, these kind of things. So it's not only the capability of the software, but also the functionality, because we need with learning, within the learning and development, we also need to check the knowledge.
Yeah, it also depends a little bit of what we want to cross over and the content we want to deliver, and actually the objective you want to reach with your course. So we first start from content. What are the objectives we want to reach with our learners? And then we balance which software tools are mostly fit. So like Tanja said, and I think a lot of people who are working in L&D will add on this. It's a combination of tools. I don't think there's one solution like HeyGen for everything, but the combination of it makes it to the success.
Yeah, thank you. And I think the next question is, I saw, because you mentioned like your use case is multilingual, like we need to using avatar to create like language in different languages, create content in different languages. So do we have the native speaker or proofreaders to review the language content before the AI to generate that? What is that details when you review the language?
Yes, the quality of HeyGen translation is quite good, but it's not. I mean, the AI in general is not flawless, of course. While it's being very high, okay, the quality, it still has this certain percentage, and we need it to be perfect. So yes, we give the end result. We give it for the check of native speaker always. Yes. Yeah, and HeyGen has this possibility of this like a text extract.
Yeah, it's great. Thanks, Sarah and Sarah. And I think we are almost time at the end of this webinar. And I just want to probably give you both some time, just 1 or 2 minutes. Do you have any ideas you want to share or do a summary of this webinar? And do you have something you still want to share with our customer?
I hope we could have inspired some people. I think that's mostly the importance of this webinar, this opportunity you obviously also gave to us as guest speakers. that we could inspire other global companies or even entities who only serve for their local community or country, that there's definitely potential in the usage. And what we've also have seen over the past year is that HeyGen keeps evolving. They keep introducing new features where also we see potential. We always want to balance, okay, how can we use it and for which purpose and fits? But it's amazing to see how fastly everything evolves, the new features which are being introduced, how they additionally can benefit our development and the end results. So it were exciting times for us last year, and we definitely look forward to all the future features which HeyGen will introduce.
Thank you, Sarah.
Yes, the same for me. Very exciting, and yeah, we're looking forward to continue.
Yeah, I also very like exciting and do appreciate like you both joining today's webinar, because this is also already like 6 p.m. in your time and after your work. And
Almost 7.
7, yeah.
yeah, thank you. And also I also hope this kind of hands-on experience can inspire our community members, let them know how you using HeyGen in your daily work, and to help you solve this kind of pinpoint and problem, the challenge in your previous workflow. And also, I think we have an engaging community, and we just want to keep this kind of like customer interview going. And this is our first customer interview in 2025, and we also want to do it by a monthly basis. So we hope we just delight our customer to share their realistic customer story, and can be inspire others. And I think for tomorrow we also have another webinar on our community. Is sharing about AI in 2025, what you need to know. So the audience can also join that webinar. And also, I just want to say thank you to Sarah and Tanja, and we can just keep continuous work closely together. And I feel like each time when I talk with you, I just learned a lot from you and from our customer. So thanks for joining us today.
Thank you for
Thank
having
you.
us.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Yeah, bye. Thank you.
Bye,
Thank you.
everybody.
Bye, everybody.